got a well pump. I got a bunch of parts at the store, tons of different stuff to get it to work. Basically, I'm gonna cut that off and put the pump in this thing because we buried it, and then we should have water today if we have any luck. This is the pump, and it looks like 1/2-inch PEX, but it's not. It's like some Chinese PEX, so that's why, so we're gonna put this up here. Yep. Yeah, that's not even gonna fit, dude. Oh. Now we can use actual PEX that we got a hose clamp on there. We heated it up. This again. Now we're gonna go to our 3/4 inch. Boom. Bam to that. Here's the fun part. Look at this concoction of stuff I had to do here in the store. It took me like 45 minutes. Just a local grocery store, and somehow I figured it out. Shout out to Billy for not helping me, but slowing me down. So I'm gonna go to that, and then I'm gonna go to that, and then I'm gonna be at 1 inch. So we're going from 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch to 3/4 inch, but they didn't have a 1 inch adapter, so we're going to galvanized pipe to an adapter, more galvanized pipe to one with this that they did have to 1 inch. So making it work. What we got? Old crappy pliers and current little rusty pipe wrench. Okay, that's tight. Anytime you're doing thread tape, you want to go the opposite way of the thread so that when you thread it, it doesn't unscrew the tape. You want it to tighten essentially the tape, otherwise it will create leaks. So somehow it's raining, completely empty sky. Isn't that weird? It's not sap because it was like really coming down.
Raindrops.
We gotta go into this thing and then this thing. So I should clarify, this is only a temporary well so that we can water our garden. I think we watered our garden for like 2 or 3 years by hand, so we ordered this pump on Amazon and got the parts from the local hardware store just to make it work. Boom. Smorgasbord of parts.
Whatever works, man. We live in a small town.
There it goes. Alright. We finally got water.
Yeah. So cool.
Yay. There's still air in the line. So we have somewhere around 80 psi, but the fitting on the tank is restricting it. It's the only one I could find. I got this tub surround from some family friends that ordered the wrong size, yeah, so I got it for free. Well, it's time to start milling again. I'm milling some siding now. I do 1x10s with 2-inch bat strips. So it's gonna go over here. I got these big pines. So anyway, they're really beautiful blue stain. Quite a bit of blue staining on these. But anyway, this morning I set up the, I'm working on the solar well. So basically putting a well or a solar panel for the pump. And so I had to pour some concrete. Anyway, I welded this thing up. Basically some old well pipe. And I dug a really deep hole, put 2 80-pound bags in. And then I'm gonna take these U-bolts and I'm gonna screw them on here like this, and then those boards should sit on there. And I'm gonna do one on the bottom and one on the top out of treated. And then I should be able to hang my solar panels on them. Nothing fancy. I was gonna make it movable, but we don't really need to. Gets plenty of sunlight just right here. So one thing I grossly underestimated about this project is how long it actually takes to manufacture the materials. I'd say the ratio is like 3 to 1. So 3 parts making the wood to actually work on the house and 1 part of actually working on the house. I'd say all of that's fine and dandy because overall my goal isn't to just rush it out and get complete as soon as possible. A lot of people ask me about, hey, is your house done? Or how's the house coming? Is it done yet? And, it's kind of a lifetime project for me, sort of about honing my skills and, developing myself as a person versus instant gratification that you could get from, financing a house with the bank and making a mortgage payment for the rest of your life. Well, out here super early this morning, got some milling done, working on these big pines, making some siding. I got these, they're all 14 inches across and inch thick, 14 inches across. And then I'll be able to cut 2 inches twice and have a 10-inch board and 2-inch bats. But it's 98 degrees or something during the day, so I had to get up bright and squirrely to get a jump on it. Woke up at 3:30 and now I gotta stack it. update on project here. I got these logs, and I'm going to use this. I cut this one flat on the top, and I got these posts. I'm going to skin them, and I'm going to build a wood shed on this side coming off here, so that we could stack wood right next to the house. Well, I got everything cleaned up here on the back side of the house. I got this shower surround thing. I gotta get inside, but it won't fit through the door. So anyways, I'm over here. This is where the water goes into the house, and I had to drill a hole through the concrete, and so I did that, and then I sealed it, and I used like a 2-part sealant stuff. It's supposed to be really good for this. So I'm gonna bury this now, and then once this hole is filled in, there's gonna be a door here, and it needs to be reframed a little bit bigger, I think, because I built it for 30 and I want it just to be a standard 32. So anyways, I'll have to take it apart anyhow, and when I take it apart, I'll get that shower surround in, and then I'm gonna do all the dirt work today, hopefully with the bobcat, and just get it sloping off away from the house. I got the dirt up higher here so that it slopes faster, and then you can kind of see it's running all down out and away, and finally I got this all built up. And anyway, I'm just basically going to be getting the dirt work done, and we've been picking siding colors, so a lot of samples. They probably don't come up very well on the camera, but we're gonna go ahead and use that one there. We like that one the most, with the dark green trim. So that'll be shortly. Hunting season's almost here, so I'm just trying to get all this stuff wrapped up before elk hunting happens. I've been milling like crazy. I got 2 huge stacks of 1x10s and 12s and 14s and whatnot, so I can use them for batten strips, and 1x10s for boards. Got some more here. Got some trim and stuff. Probably gonna be a little short, but the mill, I worked pretty hard on the mill. I'm out of wood. Blew up my transmission in my truck, so I might have to buy some rough sawn lumber until I get my transmission fixed. It's in the shop. I'm gonna build a little lean-to off the side here after I side it to put firewood, because our wood stove's right in there, and that's why I put that window there, so we'll be able to just throw wood through the window. Well, basically gotta cut these all down to 98 inches. So that'll be the length that divides in half for the siding. And a lot of them are wider than 10 inches, so I gotta rip them down. So I'm gonna rip the bats and the boards. But first I gotta end cut them at 98. of these boards has to be cut, seems 7 ways to Sunday before I can actually install them. You know, which seems to be kind of like the theme for the whole entire project. So definitely familiar with every single board. Well, we started staining these boards for siding, and the color was way wrong. And we even stirred it a bunch, stirred it a bunch. So anyway, I tipped the jugs upside down for overnight and stirred it a bunch again. This is what the sample color is. I don't know if it'll come up on camera, but it's like more of a brown, green-brown looking color. And this here is just some gray, like weird gray color. And so this is after I stirred it and did a second coat. We're probably gonna have to take it back. It looks weird. We didn't pay. We paid for chestnut, you know, $1,500, and it's stirred. You know, I verify it's stirred. So anyway, it's kind of frustrating, but got the paint stirring stuff here and doing more boards. So cutting the end. Cutting them at 8 foot 2 inches and then stacking them over there. I also ripped a bunch of these 3x3s down. I got cedar 3x3s and I was ripping them down. Basically it's gonna go like this as a sort of a trim, and then beneath it will be rock. And so I don't want the rock to be sticking out further than the siding, so that's what this is for. And then the siding will sit on that, and it's cedar so it won't rot. It's got this beveled edge here. So hopefully like the water comes down the siding, hits this beveled edge, and then goes out over the rock. That's the plan anyways.